What is up, everyone? I'm coming on here for a couple of plays for the day. I want to make this video quick because there's honestly not that much that happened the past couple of days, right? It's been slow days. I've said that in the VIP. I've said that in these videos. It is, first of all, it was Sunday and Monday. And then second of all, we're kind of in this like grace period right now. We're in this kind of transition period where the World Cup's about to happen in the next week. It's going to start. And then Canadian football is also kind of like on the shoulder. Like, I don't know. It's starting on Thursday, so I'm not sure when or if PrizePicks is going to announce lines for it, but we'll see. And then League of Legends also next week is starting playoffs for a lot of its leagues too. So there's a couple League of Legends games. There's going to be a couple soccer games, I believe, this week. But this week's going to be a slower week. So just get ready for that. There's really no problem with that. I'm not going to force entries just for the sake of forcing entries. We did hit Link's money line. We did hit on underdog here. And then we also are set up right here. And this guy's line right now is 14. So his line was 16.5. We took him under. Now his line's bumped all the way down to 14. So that's an amazing point right there. Sleeper, we missed this entry. This one we missed this entry, and then this one was yesterday's play of the day on this YouTube channel. And by the way, these guys' lines bump down to 9 and 11.5 respectively. All right, so we take this guy at 13.5, he bumps to 11.5. We take this guy at 11, he bumps to 9. All right, as I always talk about, think about this in NBA terms. Think about taking someone at under 11 rebounds, and by game time, they bump all the way down to 9. That is insane value right there. Now, how League of Legends in any sport is going to work, right? If we think about rebounds, if we took, Jokic or Giannis or whatever, under 11 rebounds, of course they get 20 rebounds. Of course they could get 2 rebounds. I have no idea how many rebounds they're going to get, but we want to find value where value is. And over a long period of time, if we take people at 11 and they consistently bump down to 9, that's going to do very well for us, okay? It's like taking a discount. So this guy gets 15. Now, you may also be like, okay, well, they weren't very correlated, and you always talk about, League of Legends correlation. I'll get into that. And then Joe Ryan, amazing call. I do want to say these fantasy scores have been really doing well. I don't even consider myself much of an MLB bettor and MLB fan, but the fantasy scores have been doing very well, and I'll get into that too. This play right here, though, I do want to show you guys how the game went. The first 2 games were LDG favored, right? So they do go 2-1 in the 3-game series. It was 6-16, right? So again, losing team is going to get about, losing team's going to get less kills. Winning team's going to get about 2 to 3, sometimes 4x the amount of kills as the losing team does. So what we try to do in League of Legends is we try to pinpoint the winning team and we try to take them over. And we try to pinpoint the losing team and we try to take them under, okay? Now, that's a blanket statement. That's not true about everything. For example, LDG was like very slightly favored, so they did go 2-1. But I thought their lines were way too high, and their lines objectively were too high, right? Because of these bumps. These bumps show you that their lines were too high, and it was the right call to take their under. Now, 6-16, second game, 8-24. So this was the killer. You'll see that they get 4x the amount of kills as them. So again, they just get a ton of kills. And this guy right here gets 10 kills in this game. Now, what I want to show you guys is that Berdal goes over, right? Here's all of his teammates that are worth betting on for the overs unders, right? You never want to bet on these last guys. They're called supports. You never want to bet on the supports just because they support the team. They don't get kills. So Berdal went over, right? He ended up getting 8 kills in the 2 maps that they win. Hang went over. So he went and got 10 kills. And then Tangwan ends up getting 14, actually more than that because it was 3 games, right? So all 3 of these guys, this is what I'm trying to say. All 3 of these guys, this guy, go over. Sheoye, sorry if I'm butchering these guys' names, was the only guy to go under. Okay, so most of these guys went over, and then most of these guys went under because they ended up losing the game. And again, if you're not thinking League of Legends correlation is legit or not a thing, first of all, I want to show you that we win long-term, guys, on underdog and PrizePicks because of correlation, because a lot of it is from League of Legends correlation, and here's the past 2.5 years, okay? But I'm telling you guys, if you think that you have not done your homework, which takes 5 minutes, go to sofascore.com, League of Legends, go to a random day in May. I'm just going to click through a random day in May, like literally, okay? Let's look at this game. 20-6, okay? So this is the winning team. 20 kills, the other team gets 6. 14-9, all right? So it wasn't as crazy, but again, this team gets 14, the losing team gets 9. 17-9, all right? So exactly what I said. The winning team's going to get about 2 to 3x the amount of kills. If you want to look at another game, let's go ahead and look at this one, 16-22, and then it was 14-3, another amazing correlated play right there, and then 19-16. So this one not as crazy, but you'll see here a lot of these games are going in this favor, 9-1, 18-8, right? So every single game that you look like that, 95% of them are going to be winning team, 2 to 3x the amount of kills as the losing team. Losing team gets less kills. That's how League of Legends works. It's very correlated. Again, you could have a guy get 10 kills in a loss. That could happen, right? It's just like Jokic. He could get 25 rebounds in a night. It happens. So that being said, I updated this about 5 minutes ago. We are down probably like 13 to 15 units since all-time highs, which was on Saturday night, I believe. It doesn't really feel like it to me, but we are. That's what the graph says. Not a big deal at all, guys. Like I said, we did have some close misses the other day. A 0.5 miss on Valorant right here, which sucks. But, you know, we're going to be back at all-time highs. No doubt about it. And, yeah, you just got to bear with it. So I will say these are the picks over the past week on this channel alone. All right. So obviously, beautiful entry here, hit, beautiful entry here, hit, beautiful entry here. Bree Stewart, we took her under rebounds, assists. She bumps by the time that I release this video, and I took her PRA. So I'm guessing some of you guys maybe took our PRA. So some of you guys hit this, some of you guys didn't. This guy gets red carded. Actually, he didn't get red carded, but one of his teammates do. So he gets way less passes. This one really should have hit. But hopefully you guys understand, through the whole breadth of last week and all of these 3-mans, we hit 2 of them or 3 of them, depending on if you took Bree Stewart or whatever, right? But hopefully you guys understand, I always talk about the analogy of us taking 3-pointers, right? Not every 3-pointer is going to hit, but we are a good 3-point shooting team or a good 3-point shooter, and we're going to keep taking 3-pointers, right? And we've been getting very close. We sometimes hit, we sometimes do not hit, but look at how, like, you know, well, these things have gone for us, right? We've had a lot of entries that have gone 2 and 3. We've had a lot of entries that have hit. So we're on the right track. Again, I know this because I've been doing this for 2.5 years, but at the end of the day, we're doing very well. We have to understand that, you know, some of these picks are going to hit and miss as it is. But let's go into the first play of the day, guys, which is going to be on on NOVIG. To get into my VIP free, actually, it'll be $1. You can use NOVIG and use my code DETECTIVE in all caps. Use a $1 purchase, so $1 out of your freaking wallet. It's the cost of like less than a pack of gum, guys. And you can get in the VIP for a free month. Try it out if you want, and you guys can get all of my picks that I have, right? So I got a question the other day. What does the VIP include? And it includes everything that you see in these videos, right? So when I go over the wins, go over the losses, go over the NOVIG picks, the discount plays, whatever it is, that's all in the VIP. Everything's in the VIP. You can get my VIP for free or at $1 with NOVIG. NOVIG pick of the day is going to be Portland Fire to go plus 8.5 in this game, okay? And this is at plus 107 right here. So this is plus 8.5 right here. I don't know why it says plus, it doesn't say plus on this here, but that is going to be the pick of the day. It's going to be Portland and the WNBA to be plus 8.5 in this game, all right? So let's go ahead and get into the second pick of the day, which is going to be on BETR. It's going to be a BETR discount. As I've told you guys recently, that on Sleeper and on BETR, they send out about 2 to 3 discounts a day, respectively. So you get about 4 to 5 discounts every single day on BETR and Sleeper. Now, today is Taco Tuesday, so you're going to get 3 discounts as well on PrizePicks, so go ahead and utilize those. But it is like Taco Tuesday Plus, where you get 4, 5, 6 discounts every single day. All you have to do is get BETR and Sleeper. It's one app over on your phone. Wake up every day or around lunchtime every day. That's when I send them out. You can use the discounts with BETR and like Sleeper. And you can make somewhere between $200 to $300, sometimes even $400 a month utilizing these discounts, okay? It's as simple as that. You'll see that this Hart guy right here, I really know nothing about the NHL guys. That's why I don't really take that many NHL plays, and I'm not telling you guys the money lines and spreads for these games here because I don't really look into these games. But Hart, I know that his line is normally 28.5, and him discounted down to 25.5 is very, very good, so I'm going to take that. And then in Valorant right here today, we have NX1 to go under 30.5. Very simple entry, guys. It's a 3X. Even if you're a very high bankroll bettor, right, where you're betting $50, $40 an entry, $60 an entry on PrizePicks, you can still utilize these discounts. What I would recommend is then instead of playing the 2-mans, play 4, 5, 6-man entries, all right? So potentially you could get 10 to win 300 or something like that. Maybe they only hit once every, couple of weeks, but that would be great for you there. So BETR, you'll also get a free month of my VIP for signing up for BETR. All these states right here in the purple is where you can utilize BETR, and it's only a $5. It is a $5 deposit and play that you have to play on BETR. They also have a $200 deposit bonus and a free $10 for all new users. And then Sleeper, I also talked about. 2 months of the VIP, it's a $10 deposit on Sleeper that you need to have right there on Sleeper, okay? Now, SGA jersey, I'm doing that giveaway tomorrow, okay? So giveaway for SGA tomorrow. Go ahead and leave a comment down below what player that you want to see me give away next, okay? It might be in the Spurs-Knicks series. It might also be in the... I mean, I could do a soccer jersey even in the World Cup if you guys would want to do that. But yeah, leave a comment down below what you want to see in the next jersey giveaway. All right, so let's get into the next play of the day, which is going to be League of Legends and MLB. Okay, we have Ronald Acuna Jr. to go over 6.5 hitter fantasy score. Guys, I think this is way too low. Some of these fantasy scores are way too low sometimes, all right? Most of the time, I'm seeing them way too low on PrizePicks, and you can get a ton of good value on PrizePicks with these hitter fantasy scores. I will also say with MLB, it's streaky, all right? It's weirdly streaky. I don't really like to, a lot of times, take bets just straight up off these like last 5, last 10 game stuff, but like, honestly, for a beginner bettor, sometimes these hitter fantasy score lines can be very, very easy to take advantage of because a lot of beginner sports bettors look at this data right here, these last 5 and this last 10, and that is kind of how MLB works, right? You'll see a lot of times like versus Washington, who he's not playing, thankfully, he went under every game where he played Washington, and then Boston, he starts ramping up a little bit, and he's ramped up ever since. You'll see his graphs literally like parabolic in a way, right? Where he's like, he started slow and then he just ramped and ramped and ramped throughout the year. So he's really hot right now, right? And that's good. That's kind of a big part of the MLB is what I'm noticing. And I've watched some of these games is that when these players get hot throughout like a series or throughout a couple of games, they can stay hot for quite a while and then they'll kind of cool down. You kind of got to get off of them a little bit. So MLB is weird. I mean, I don't even put that much time and thought into researching some of these MLB plays like I do with soccer and League of Legends and eSports and football whenever we get to it. But if you want to become like an expert at MLB fantasy score, I think there's a big discrepancy and a big advantage that you can get right there. So Acuna Jr., guys, I mean, he's one of the best players, best hitters in the MLB. He gets 5 plate appearances, which is a big deal because he gets 1 extra plate appearance than a lot of these other guys. I mean, he's very good at baseball. I don't know what else you want me to say. 6.5, it's kind of like the Shohei line the other day where we took him over 6.5 and he goes over by like the 2nd or 3rd inning and he had 20 fantasy score. Like, I didn't even know that game started. And I checked my PrizePicks on my phone and it was like the 2nd inning and he had 20 fantasy score. And I'm like, okay, yeah, why was Shohei at 6.5 again? So Acuna Jr., 6.5, we're going to take him over. And then League of Legends, guys, really good play, Legolas and Macaquinto, I think is how you say his name, and we're going to take both these guys over together, right? So this team is not favored, and I do think they're going to go 1-2, okay? So I think they're going to win only 1 game, and I think they're going to lose 2 games. So how do I know that? A lot of times when I make these claims and I say this stuff, I'm looking at it from the perspective of looking at the sportsbooks lines, all right? So this is ThunderPick. I couldn't find these guys on Bovada, but ThunderPick is the next best thing. And you're going to see Los Heretics, who Barcelona is playing, is highly favored in this game. But that does not mean that Barcelona cannot win 1 or 2 games and take a couple of games from Los Heretics. In fact, if we scroll down, you will see they literally have a line that says FC Barcelona, which is the League of Legends team, not the soccer team. FC Barcelona, the league team, to win at least 1 map. Okay, and this is why I'm telling you guys they should win at least 1 map because they are minus 312 to win at least 1 map. Now, thinking about it, that's probably like a 70 to 75% chance that they at least win 1 map, which is really, really good. So I think Barcelona, it's not I think, it is that these sportsbooks think they're going to at least win 1 map. So they're at least going to go 1-2. Okay, that's what these sportsbooks think. Now, they could win 2 games. But I always like to think of things as worst case scenario. Now, worst case scenario would be that they lose all their maps. And yes, they probably are going to go under if they lose all 3 maps. That would be not very good. That would be the worst case scenario that we want to happen. You will see these guys go under when they lose all their maps because, again, that's how League of Legends works. But they are not favored to lose all their maps, okay? Now, with that being said, if they win at least 1 map, which, like I said, they are now minus 312 to win at least 1 map. This is what it looks like now if we change these guys to winning at least 1 map in these 3-game series. They have gone over every single time. Marquinhos and Legolas gone over every single time except one time. This game right here, this one time he goes under when he's won one game. Now it gets even better if you look at 2 games and you look at the past 2 games and 3 games and stuff like that. Past 2 games, I actually haven't looked at this stuff, so technically like his hit rate went down, but I'm telling you guys, the more wins, the better for these guys. If they win all their maps, this is crazy. Again, I didn't even look at this. I'm just doing this on the fly. So this guy looks like he hasn't had a game yet where he's won all of his maps. But look at this guy when he's won all 3 games, okay? And this is back in 2024. But again, League of Legends has not changed that much in the past 10 to 15 years, right? If you win, you get more kills. If you lose, you get less kills. 33 kills in this series right here. He gets 21. That's crazy. And then this series right here gets 28 kills. So it's very, very, very unlikely that they win all the maps. I'm not saying that. I'm saying they're going to at least win one map. And they're going to go, when they win one map, most of the time they go over, right? Now, of course, we could bet on the one time he goes under, for example, but you're going to see most of the time he goes over, okay? Again, when I say this stuff about at least winning one map, it's not coming from me. I'm not trying to act like a League of Legends expert, even though I kind of am sometimes. I'm telling you that a lot of the times I get my information directly from the source, which is the sports books, okay? Barcelona winning one map is minus 312 right now. That is incredible stuff. That is like I said, it's like a 75% chance that happens. And if these guys do win their games, both of these guys are going to go over together. That is the correlation strategy at its peak, okay? Gonna wrap up the video here, guys. Again, if you want to sign up for Bovada, you can text me for my lock of the day. I do have a lock in the WNBA tonight. And if you want to put 25 bucks into Bovada, you can do that. And then if the play hits, then you'll hit the play. If the play misses, then I will Venmo or Cash App you back the money that you put into this play, okay? Bovada, text me Bovada, guys, and I'll go ahead and sign you up for that. So I give you guys a lot of ways to get into the VIP, whether it's with Bovada, whether it's with Sleeper, whether it's with BETR, or whether it is with NOVIG for $1, okay? Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video.